Hey guys, it's Gracie, and today I'm here with my Day 7 Biennial Bibliothon Challenge. So, for this, I was going to do wooden bookmarks, but the piece of wood that I have that you can see right now was too thick, so I ended up doing a little art calligraphy thing with a quote from The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater, which is funny because I haven't read The Raven King, but I've read the other three. I really like this quote, and basically I taught myself calligraphy, and in like half an hour, I don't know, it looks okay. I think I can definitely get better at calligraphy, but I definitely think it also looks pretty good for the first time really ever doing it. So this quote is from Blue, and I believe it is, "I don't care to be pretty, I care to look on the outside as I look on the inside." So I really like that quote. It very much represents who Blue is and her ideals. So yeah, I ended up keeping everything lowercase because I hadn't taught myself uppercase letters in calligraphy, which I think looks nice. Well, except for I did a few words that I wanted to emphasize in capital squished together letters. But I really like how it turned out, and if you've watched my biannual bibliothon TBR video, you'll see that I have a piece of wood that's just blank, but basically I turned it over so that you wouldn't be spoiled on my Day 7 video challenge. And I was really nervous while making this because I had never, like I said, never done calligraphy before. I'm not a super artistic person. Like, I'll do some art every so often, but it never turns out super good, so it was a little nerve-wracking. But I think it actually turned out way better than I was expecting. And yeah, the blue color that I picked for the markers, I actually matched to the cover of The Raven King, the darker blue on it, so it would be more accurate. And as you can see, it's a little off-centered. The left has a little bit too much space, too much wood over there because I didn't center it quite right with the words, but I will end up cutting some of the side off to make it more centered. If you are ever thinking about learning calligraphy or teaching yourself calligraphy, basically all I did was look up the calligraphy alphabet, and I found a lowercase one and basically copied it into a notebook as best as I could, and then looked at basically all of the letters, copied them, studied them a little bit, and then when I got to each letter, I looked at what it looked like in the notebook that I had and copied it as best as I could. My voice is kind of going away, so that's an issue. As I said, this is from The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater, so I of course had to give credit on the bottom to Maggie Stiefvater. As you can see, I thought I was playing just with the quotes, so I printed out this raven silhouette that I found on Google Images, cut it out, and outlined it with a gray marker. So that was honestly kind of fun. I don't know why I liked outlining it, but I did. Basically not touching any of the blue and just going around it, if that makes sense. If you're not aware of the Raven Boys, it's basically about this group of 5 people: Gansey, Blue, Adam, Noah, Ronin. Did I get all of them? Yes, I think so. And they are kind of on a mission with Gansey to find the tomb and body of a dead Welsh king, to get a wish granted. And Gansey is kind of Gansey's dream to find this. And a lot of like magical, weird stuff happens. And I just love that series so much. So if you want to read it, you should definitely read it. And it's just so good. So after I finished outlining, I erased all the pencil lines, which you can still see a little bit, even like barely on the finished product, because I can't write lightly with a pencil for the life of me. But I then colored in the entire thing with that same gray, which I was going to do black, and then I decided that it would be too dark and the blue would blend in too much. So I just did the gray. And I would also like to note that by this time the blue marker was dry, which I think also helped a lot, because I think otherwise the colors would have bled together a little bit. So definitely if you do something like this, let the different colors dry before you use another one. Especially if you're doing it on wood, because it kind of like seeps through, if that makes sense. At first I didn't really like the way it looked with like the marker lines, like how you could see that I used a marker, obviously. But then I kind of ended up liking it because it kind of gave it like a rustic look, and it kind of just looked like lines on a piece of wood, but not exactly, if you know what I mean. And I like how it turned out. It was kind of weird because the marker was almost a bluish gray until it dried, and it was like... Hi. So, I finished this. So basically what I've done since the last thing is I got my dad to cut some off this side and off the bottom, because there was a big chunk at the bottom that was like completely empty and I didn't have anything I wanted to add to it. And everything was a little off-centered because I didn't plan out perfectly like where I should start writing my letter. So there was like an extra like 1/8 of an inch over here that I had my dad cut off, so thanks Dad for that. And then Lance, my brother, sanded the sides, and yeah. So I actually am like so happy with how this turned out. I love Raven Boys, I love everything. Like, I haven't read The Raven King, so like using a quote from a book I haven't read yet, like oops, whatever. But like I'm just so happy with how this turned out, and how like I learned so much by doing this challenge, like learning calligraphy. I don't know. That's pretty much all I learned, but it is pretty easy to do. Like, if you want to do calligraphy, just try it, because yo girl, literally the first time Gracie ever did calligraphy, and it looks pretty good, like, just saying. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed all of my video challenge videos for the biannual bibliothon, and just thank you guys for watching. Bye!